To another big trending story we're tracking today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy appeared before a special meeting of the United Nations Security Council, calling for the removal of Russia's veto power in the wake of its invasion of Ukraine. It's his first time speaking in person at the council since the war began, and comes one day after an impassioned speech before the General Assembly where he told the world Russian evil cannot be trusted. Pleading for more support to push back Russia's occupation in the east of his country, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy says the UN should support his cause as a way to defend the founding UN Charter.
Ukrainian soldiers now are doing, at the expense of their blood, what the UN Security Council should do by its voting. They're stopping aggression and upholding the principles of the UN Charter.
He also told the council it should create preventative sanctions to discourage nations from starting wars with each other.
Anyone who wants to start a war should see before their fatal mistake what exactly they will lose when the war would start. The issue of applying such preventive sanctions should be automatically submitted for consideration of the UN Security Council when any member of the UN General Assembly reports a threat of aggression.
With Russia's representative sitting across from him, Zelenskyy then called on the council to remove Russia's veto power, a power that only the 5 founding council members are entitled to. He also asked for the permanent membership of the Security Council to be expanded.
In cases of mass atrocities against human rights, veto power should be voluntarily suspended, but we can also observe that Russia will not give up this stolen privilege voluntarily. Therefore, the UN General Assembly should be given a real power to overcome the veto.
But before Zelenskyy had the chance to speak,
Во-первых, мы хотели бы вас спросить, на каком основании вы предлагаете дать президенту Украины Владимиру Зеленскому?
Russia's Representative Vasily Nebenzia objected to him taking the floor on procedural grounds, prompting the session's president, Albania's Edi Rama, to dismiss the objection and offer an alternative.
There is a solution for this if you agree. You stop the war and President Zelenskyy will not take the floor.
That suggestion getting plenty of attention online as Ukraine supporters applauded Rama for his handling of the Russian objections. The special meeting was an open debate focused entirely on the war in Ukraine, with the Secretary General and other nations condemning Russia.
We must take action to stop the tragic deaths and violence, including sexual violence, caused by this unjustifiable invasion. We must not let the world return to a place where might makes right.
The truth is this: Russia knows the power of collective action because it tries so hard to weaken and divide the international community.
It's hard to imagine a country demonstrating more contempt for the United Nations and all that it stands for. This from a country with a permanent seat on this council.
Коллективный Запад во главе с США самочинно присвоил себе ранг вершителя.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov took over for Nebenzia, pushing back and saying the West is acting in accordance with its selfish geopolitical needs. Zelenskyy is in the midst of a North American push for support, with a stop in Washington, D.C. tomorrow, where he'll be hosted by the U.S. President at the White House. He's then due in Ottawa on Friday, where he will address Parliament before heading to Toronto.